Lake Monticello, the Old Fisherman, back with you again. We're going to catch some more of these daggone catfish. When the wind don't throw me out in the boat, I got to crawl up to the front like the old man I am. And we are back on the blue catfish and Lake Monticello with a white gulp shrimp. We got us a lead about 8 inches above it. Hey, and they bite. They bite. The old method I found out the other day, and they bite. The wind's blowing like crazy. I can't hold the boat up here where I need to be. The fish are right on the hump up here in about 45 to 50 foot of water. And the wind is charging down the lake today, people. Charging down the lake today. And we trying to catch a doggone Monticello, blue cat or channel or perch, whatever wants to bite. But we catching a few. We've got a new way of fishing. Yo-yoing, a gulp shrimp on the bottom, and today we got a little lead above it because it's so windy. They'll bite with or without the lead. And I've come up that the lead needs to be about 8 inches from the plug. Not too far up because you can't zero in on where the plug is on the bottom if the lead's hitting the bottom also, so you're bouncing the lead and you're not bouncing the plug. So we got the lead pretty close to make it work like you need to work it. You don't want no big jerk. Not saying they won't hit with a big jerk, but I'm doing it with a small, soft, hopping jerk. And there's one already. Up, got off. I'm missing a lot of fish because of the spring in the line. I need to probably go to a braided line. I'm thinking about it because I got too much stretch. Doesn't nothing. Doesn't nothing. Gone with it. On Lake Monticello. I got too much stretch in my line. I can't set the hook. But they down there and they bite. I'm telling you, they bite. These catfish are biting deep with this gulp shrimp today. They're eating it up. Hey, a good size too. They're perfect eating size. You gotta love it, people. You got to love it. Monticello catfish biting with a gulp shrimp again. And this Nick creamed it, and he's got it deep. He's got it deep. I don't want to tear up my little gulp shrimp because hey, them things ain't cheap. Them things ain't cheap. But we catching catfish with a gulp shrimp off the bottom, and they down there, and all we got to do is drop it down. I got about I think that's a number 4 lead. It might be a 6. But we dropping it down to the bottom and yo-yo it. That's all. It's simple as it can be. Simple, simple, and they hit. They hit. They want that gulp shrimp. We got rain coming in, and you can see the clouds coming in. Always a good fishing right before a storm, and that's what we doing. Fishing before a storm with a gulp shrimp and an ultralight, and having us a large time on Lake Monticello. We probably done caught 15 or 20, and we're gonna keep catching them on another video. I made a prior video showing how, and come up with this a couple days ago. A new method of fishing with a gulp shrimp, and they there and they biting. I would love to be able to put the bloody guts worm out there on my long rod, because I believe with about a ½ ounce lead dropping the bottom, I believe they creamed that too. I really do. But this is more artificial. That's more like live bait fishing. But hey, it's fished down there. It was, and a while ago, I mean, I couldn't hop it without catching one. I tell you, I could not get it to the bottom. They is. I'm telling you, they down there. They down there, they bite. They down there and they bite. And we might end up catching a big fish like this. It's a possibility. You know it's got to be some big ones out there too. This deep water like this. You know it. Old blues will bite this gulp shrimp on the bottom. You gotta love it when you come up with a different method of fishing. That's what we've done. That's what we've done, and I'm loving it. The Old Fisherman is loving it. I don't mind telling you, he's loving it. He's loving it. I got that up under the belly. I snag hooked that one. So, hey, I got him. That's what counts. But I snag hooked that one. I sure did. Look at that. You think that ain't a nice blue? That's a nice blue. Ain't no monster, ain't like the ones I caught over yonder, but hey, I'm sure they probably biting over that a day ahead of this front, but you can't do everything. You know, you got to pick one of them and do it. You can't do everything, and you get too rambunctious. You want to change from one thing to another. If something's working, you better stick with it. One thing I've learned about fishing, don't get it in your mind, I need to be over yonder if the fish is biting over him. Don't do that. Because 9 out of 10 times, from experience, 9 out of 10 times, if you leave fish bite to go see if something else is biting, that's a mistake. Now, if you own biting fish and you want to see if they're going to bite something else, the same fish that you own, now that's not a mistake. You're learning at that point on different methods and different colors, but to leave an area to go to another area, unless you don't want to catch no more fish, unless you just curiosity is killing you, I wouldn't do that. If you still want to catch fish, and you still want to catch the fish you own, you need to stay there and catch them while you got them going. I'm telling you, I've done that before. I've done dumb things and leave a whole area and go fish another way and end up wishing I never had left. 9 out of 10 times I do it. 9 out of 10 times. You leave fish and go to more fish, you messing up. And not all the time, once in a while it works for you. But I'm telling you, the more times it don't work than it does. The Old Fisherman is telling you something important there. Unless you just scout for fish and you ain't wanting to catch them and waiting for another day to catch them. But then that don't work neither, because another day is another story. Another day is another story. Now, just because it works one day, that don't mean it's going to work the next. Believe that. You got some things like this gulp shrimp now, I think it's going to work no matter what day you use. We've come up with something here that's really unique. It ain't no doubt. And if I had time, I'd make me some daggone jigs and my own jigs. And that's what we need to do. And start using my own jigs and sell them. If I'm ever make any money doing this thing, I need to do something like that. Make my own jigs and start selling them. Come up with my own plug. That's what I got to do. I just got to have time. I want to fish too much. That's my problem. I want to fish instead of marketing. It's the problem. If I had somebody to help me market, then we could come up with something. And I got many things in my mind about jigs that I would do. And there's no doubt about one thing. Scent works on catfish and perch. But I'm thinking it's more by the way it looks than what the scent is. I'm thinking you could probably make a plug with no scent on it that was built with a flat tail that would glide when you pulled it up, glide, that would work just as good without a scent. That's what I'm thinking. Now, hey, all of a sudden, see, I ain't in the right place. I can tell you right now, I'm in too deep of water. I'm not in the right place. Fish are right up here. The wind is pulling me back so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let a little extra line out. We're going to try to pull against these doggone waves. There goes one. There goes one. There goes one. Hey, they'll hit that thing kind of trolling it too if you get it down there. Got it. Got it. He cranked. He took it good too. He cranked. He cranked. I guarantee it's a blue. Pulling like a blue. Yep, he's a blue. Them old blues, they bite like bass. I mean, they do. They bite like bass. And these baby blues are some more pretty. They some more got a tough mouth. Let me tell you, it's slick with a tough mouth. It's got to have you a pair of needle nose now. It's got to have it. Hey, one thing about at it, they ain't really tearing up my plug too bad if I take my time getting them off. So one plug catches a lot of fish. Although those things are about $8 for 8, they're about $1 a piece what amounts to. Hey, I guess they're worth it as long as I keep catching them or don't tear it up. You know, I haven't changed this morning, still catching them on. So, hey, right now, we're coming up a little ridge, and on the bottom, I see just a little black, a little blue-black looking stuff. That's probably catfish laying right on the bottom. Them suckers are laying flat on that bottom. They ain't stirring up like the white perch, so you ain't gonna see a lot of them. You ain't gonna see them. If people looking at it for fish, finding to find fish, you're messing up most of the time. You look for places to fish, humps, stuff like that, and then start fishing. Don't look for the fish. If you don't try it, you ain't gonna know they're there. You ride right over. So riding around in a circle looking for fish is not a good thing to do. And everybody wants to do it, I know. And about everybody's messing up. You just got to take the time to fish the spots, the rises, the humps, the drops. You got to take time to fish them. Don't rely on that fish finder showing you stuff before you start fishing, because that ain't gonna happen. I ain't saying you can't find them like that. I'm saying a lot of times they won't show up until you start fishing. More times than not, they won't show up until you start fishing. I'm telling you. You will not know they're there. And that's the way it is. Fish finder's a good tool to find the humps, find the depths of water. It's not a great tool for finding a bunch of fish. Yeah, when you start catching them, they show up everywhere. Then you know they're there. But it's the tool for finding them. Oh, Lord, I missed it. He nailed it. He nailed it. It's a tool for finding fish, the places to fish. Remember the old fisherman told you that. Don't rely on looking for fish. Look for places to fish. That's the last time I'm going to say it. Better remember that. I've seen people just ride and looking, they ain't even fishing. Hey, unless you just want to look at a fish finder, that ain't gonna catch you no fish. You got to look for the places and them fish to know what you're there. Then you got to put something on them you know they'll bite. There's a lot to this game, this sport called fishing. Right now, we got off of them. They were hot there for a little bit. I don't mind telling you. The wind is pulling me all around. I'm not holding on the spot like I want to, and that's what's happening. Not holding on the spot like I want to, and I'm getting off the fish. Getting off the fish. They down there. I might be moved off of them. I'll get one in a minute. You get on a spell, and as fast you can throw it down, you get a bite. And then you get a little spell where they ain't biting. That's the way it is. And we craving them pretty good. And that went 48 foot. This is where I was catching them earlier, pretty close. Not dead on them, pretty close. Ought to be a couple there. But I'm not getting a bite. I'm thinking the white perch are in shallow. I think today they done moved in shallow. Notice I'm not catching any white perch. Well, them white perches hit this too. So these catfish out here, they was biting. I missed it. These catfish out here deeper, and I think the white perch probably in that 35 foot of water today. Cloudy, high water. I'm thinking they ended in shallow. That's what I'm thinking. These catfish out here around 50 foot, 48 foot, what they are. They kind of quit on me. I got to figure out now, did I get off of them, or they just moved? I know they bite it if they see it. I know that. I feel like that, anyhow. Or did I lose my focus and I ain't working it right? All these questions got to come into play when you don't catch fish. Right now we ain't on it. I think I'm working it right. We just ain't on it. What I think. We ain't on it. I need to put out that level rod with a half-ounce of lead with bloody guts. I'm thinking they eat it up. Thinking that. Right now we ain't on it. I mean, they'll hit this gut shrimp too. We ain't on it. We got all of them. We might have pulled them back and then we left them come back up here. They might have been on us the whole time back here. They might have moved with you. A lot of times you drift around, you got fish under you, and you feeding, you catching them, got them stirred up, and then all of a sudden you decide, wait a minute, I got too deep. I need to pull back up. You pull back up, you pull it away from the fish. A lot of times that happens. I believe that. They following you the whole time, and you're keeping them under you. Hey. Now that might be a white perch. That's a little white perch. That ain't no catfish. Yep. White perch. Lake, Monticello. So see that? The old perches, a couple around yet. I'm sure there's a bunch around close. This method of fishing is slower. You can't catch as many quick as you can with the spoon and the 2 jig on the perch, but this catches more catfish. That's what it does. It catches more catfish. And I think that's what we're zeroing more on is catfish with this. What I think. And it takes a while to get it there. Now, get it to the bottom. Now, we're going to hop it. We're going to just hop it along. And I think they like it hopping straight up and down better than pulling. What I'm thinking, if you're pulling, they like it not even hopping, just kind of swimming. But right now, and they might hit it swimming good too. You might just take this thing and slow troll it. If you got enough lead on it to hold it down, that's the thing. You lose contact with the bottom. Slow troll. Because you're not enough. With that spoon and 2 G's, you got enough weight to hold it down and you can keep it in the strike zone. This system, it's hard to keep it in the strike zone. Right now with the catfish, we off the catfish. They left us. Where they went, I need to pull up a little more and get another bite and see if they up a little tighter. 47 foot of water though right here. I'm gonna tell you, they ain't gonna hit it if it's off the bottom. They won't hit it. You got to have it right on that bottom. And when it hops, it needs to hop 6 inches and drop 6 inches to the bottom. It don't need to hop no 2 foot, I don't think. And if you was fishing with bass, probably a bigger hop would be the way to do it. But these catfish, they want a soft top. They want a soft top, people. I'm gonna pull up a little bit. Now we're in 46. You need to inspect your plug every so often, make sure everything's looking like it ought to be looking. Push it up on the head, make it straight. You don't want it crooked. You don't want slime all over your line. All that stuff's important. We're gonna drop it back down one more time and try to catch another 2 let you go. But we were catching a good many of these catfish. Now there's something showing up on the bottom of 46. Could be perch, could be catfish. It's hard to tell between them when they grouped up on the bottom. And it could be some shad down there doing that. So, you don't know until you drop down there. It's hard to distinguish. The only thing I know is a group of fish is normally tight fish and little scattered out fish with hooks are bigger. And I can tell you that. The bigger fish don't hold it tight as tight of a group as the little fish. Little fish hold it more of a tight school. And bigger fish separate. That's how you tell between the size of the fish. You got separated hooks, they're big fish. If you got groups of fish together, they're normally little fish. Shad or small fish in the fishing boat, like perch. It slowed up a little bit here. For some reason. I don't know why. We either got off of them or they quit feeding. And I think we got off of them. We were on them. We were on them good there for a little bit. And any kind of fish you hammer them a while, they'll leave. That ain't gonna give you but a 15, 20 minutes of bite most of the time. They'll leave. Now they might come back, but they'll leave. That's the way it is. This time of year especially. We're not getting a bite now. We're not getting a bite now. But I want to show you what we're doing. And I was hoping I could catch one more before I move around and try to find some more fish. But I got off the little batch we was on. There was a bite. There was a bite. That was a catfish bite too. I just didn't bumped it. And I didn't really realize it, but when I went to move it, it was on it. And let it go. Just left. That's all there is to it. Just left. We're gonna pull in a little shallow and see if we can catch a couple perch like this. I'm thinking they out here somewhere. I'm thinking they probably shallow. Front coming in, cloudy weather. A lot of times they'll get 20 foot deep, 16. They'll go in shallow. And that might be where they at. They not out here in the deep water right now. Not out here. And we got off the catfish too, so. I might put on an old lemon rod and throw it out for the bloody guts and just to see if we can catch them like that. I think I am. Hey, we got nothing to lose. Caught a few fish already. We got a mess of fish. So good time to experiment a little bit in this area because I know it's fish in this area. But I'm gonna let you go and I'm gonna put on bloody gut and try that in another video. See if they'll bite it. Might not touch it. Might eat it up. Don't know. I got night crawlers too. I could do that. So, but anyhow, show you what we caught. A couple of nice fish. In here this morning, and I'll show you how pretty. And I got some nice ones in here. They're not huge. They're not huge by no means, but we got a couple. Nice looking blues. Look at this. Hey, you gotta love it. Look at that pretty blues. That's good eating size fish, people. The Old Fisherman catching catfish with a gulp trap again, and we'll be back with you on another video. See ya.